Shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahweh shall be a name for His only begotten Son, who the Lord eagerly calls God, and Jesus Christ. And to give double honor to the elders and the apostles of great millstone, and Tasha's truth and will well, and salutations to the hopeful light pushing His truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Buddy Yahweh Sak, because you know this is Spirit Power, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Just giving you another updates, times, events, and the last days of what's going on in the world. Right now, you have a lot of Haitians that are desperately trying to make it into the U.S. and really going through it right now. And this article we are here just kind of shows you the extent of what they're going through, and says the U.S. To probe incidents involving border agents on horsebacks dispersing Haitians. And what they were doing on horsebacks is they were actually whipping. They had whips, and they were over there whipping the Haitians, man. Like, what kind of crap is that? Since when is that type of shit allowed? To do crowd control or anything, man. That was some straight up replay of slavery type shit, man. And so this is how these devils feel about you people, man. You Haitians, you are Hebrew Israelites of the Bible, and you're of the tribe of Levi. At one point, you were the head tribe to be in charge of being the basically the people that work the temple, man. You were the priests of our nation. Now that priesthood has been extended to all the rest of the 12 tribes as well. But at one point, you were held accountable, and you were supposed to be at a certain level when it comes to your behavior. And because you have not kept the law, statutes, commandments, you have failed to do so. As a curse, you were put in a state and a condition that your people are in right now. A lot of you people have been using your blessing of your talents of worship for the left-hand side, for evil energy, when it comes to that voodoo worship and stuff like that. So the Lord has been jacking you up all these hundreds of years, man. Over the centuries, you guys have been getting jacked up. And this is still a byproduct of what you're going through over there, is for gaining your independence in the Western Hemisphere, as far as quote-unquote freeing yourselves from physical bondage slavery. You're still economic slaves, obviously, to the point to where you gotta go all the way across the ocean and try to get to the U.S., illegally, quote-unquote. They say illegally, but even though these damn devils in this land, they don't own this place. They have no right to be trying to keep you people out at all. Part of this land, you had the Haitians that was dwelling in the land of North America as well, before the conquerors came, the conquistadors and the cavaliers and all that. Before the so-called white man, which is the biblical Edomites, came, this was part of your native territory. So who are these devils to try to kick you out? But nonetheless, you're going through it basically in a nutshell, because you are of one of the chosen tribes, one of Yahweh's favorite, and you guys abused, your blessings and your talents for the wrong reasons. And so as punishment, you got put into slavery, and then you quote-unquote physically freed yourself, but you're still economic slaves, and now you're still catching hell, man. But for the rest of the world looking in, this is how so-called white people feel about, the true children of Israel, which is the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. This is how they feel about us, and this is how we're treated. And pretty soon the tables will be turned, and these damn devils will be dropped from their power, and they will go into slavery. And we're going to be the ones whipping them on horse, and we're going to be the ones on horseback, man. So here's an article that says Border Patrol agents violently remove Haitians with horses and whips at Texas border. And this is completely unacceptable, man. Unacceptable behavior. But this is to be expected from the man that is called Esau in the Bible. Esau hates his brother Jacob. So all he does is he does not rest day or night unless he is thinking, meditating on terror to do to his brother Jacob. Which Jacob represents the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans today. All right, Esau is the so-called white man today, as a vast majority. Those are the Edomites. All right. So I have a few scriptures that apply to what's going on right now, in the U.S. between United States at the border, and quote unquote Haitians. The true name for them would be the Levites. All right. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 10:7. It says, "I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth." You know, so the real servants that's supposed to be in subjection is the Edomites and all the rest of the heathen nations. The Moabites, the Ammonites, you know, the Ishmaelites, Elam, all these other nations are supposed to be in subjection to the so-called Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are supposed to be the actual physical kings ruling upon the earth. But obviously they're not in power right now. And the reason why they're not in power is because they rejected their power. They rejected Yahweh while Yahweh shy. You know, they purposely, you know, forsook the Heavenly Father to take on and be like the heathen. So now we're the ones being treated as the heathen. You know? Salaki, I'm in transit right now. Just busting an in-transit lesson. It's been a minute since I've done one. You know, so that's just what it is, man. This is the book of Job 9:24. "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" So if this man is not the wicked that's doing these acts to these people, then show me who the wicked is, man. Who is the earth? The earth is definitely given to a vast majority of the so-called white people. Is it not? Do they not rule the whole earth pretty much, man? Through their banks, their central bank systems, and divide and conquer, and rape, robbing, and pillaging all these other nations? Hey, that's the wicked, man. The wicked. So the wicked is in rulership. So this is why you have wicked atrocities going on all over the earth. Obadiah 1:10. "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." So for the violence that you've done to us, you know, Esau, you're going to be cut off forever for that. So you just have a very short life here on this planet before the Heavenly Father comes back and makes you extinct. Just like you did all these animals all over the earth, man. You see what's going on? There's nothing new under the sun, man. Spiritually, that's probably the same guy in reincarnation right there on the left, getting whipped by the fucking slave, by the slave master, man. You see this, man? Esau's going to pay for that. This is Ecclesiastes 1:9. "The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." So there ain't nothing new. You know, same shit, different toilet. These devils are back reincarnated. The same one that was in this little drawing here on that horse whipping a slave, that same guy is reincarnated today. And it's probably him on that horse right there. It's a spiritual photo. You know, that's probably the exact same slave right there. I mean, that's how it works. Because everybody's going to be standing in their lot when Yahweh Shai returns. The scriptures talk about how even the guy that physically shoved the spear into Yahweh Shai while he was on the cross, that he will be back to see Yahweh Shai return. So what does that mean? That means he'll be reincarnated, and he'll be alive and well and walking at the time of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's return. And then what's going to happen when he pops up? Hey, Yahweh Shai is going to get his revenge on that person that did that. So everybody's back today. Everything, all those people that say, hey, free Barabbas and crucify Yahweh Shai, those same individuals, they're back reincarnated today too. Those were a lot of niggas that was doing that. Those are Israelites that declared that shit. You know? This is the book of Genesis 27:41. "And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob." So hey, you know, this is why so-called white people are so violent towards the so-called blacks today. Because they are Esau. And they are seeking to slay their brother. Why? Because he's jealous of Jacob's blessing, the birthright, the true kings that are sleeping giants right now, waiting to be woken up and placed in their rightful rulership by the return of the Heavenly Father's only begotten Son. Esau can't stand that. So what does he do? He constantly has his foot on our necks, man. Constantly doing murder, rape, rob, and pillage. It just doesn't stop, man. And here they are, got some audacity to talk about some get away from my border, when the border that they're riding horsebacks on, underneath that ground is the blood of millions and millions of so-called Native Americans, man. It don't belong to them. But yet they ride around with some whips in their hand on horseback, though. See the hypocrisy in that? You know? But hey, Lord's will, lessons edifying. I'm going to close out, give all praise and honor, glory to you. How about Shimei Al-Shai, by Shema Kakadash? Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, Natasha's truth of will well. And salutations to you, hopefully, like person is truth and all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.